Hey guys, Brent Gallagher here at Avenue Fitness in Houston, Texas, and today we're talking about the non-competes. Always get this question in the business coaching that I do with other gyms and studios, that they always say, hey, you know, how should I go about writing up my non-compete? How should I go about getting my trainers to sign my non-competes and actually abide by them? And I look at it kind of just from a completely different way of saying, like, why do we want to go ahead and break that trust from the start? Like, why are we all of a sudden putting ourselves out there to saying, hey, you know what? We know you're going to leave, and when you do leave, we're already protecting ourselves. We're already looking at this from a short term versus a long term value. We're saying, hey, you know what? Short term, I don't want to lose any revenue I've got coming in the door here. I want to think about only the short term. I'm not really worried about your development, and if I'm going to do a good enough job to make sure that you want to stay here and to grow with me and to develop your career here within our facility, we say, no, we're going to throw out this non-compete already, then we're going to try to fight you tooth and nail. What we have to think about this is that most of the time when clients are coming in to work with a trainer, most of the time businesses tend to forget that they still, as the leadership, they still have to develop a relationship, a one-on-one relationship with that trainer. Even though they are working with one of your teammates out there from the leadership side of things, you still have to be reaching out and engaging with those clients on a regular basis, because if not, when that trainer leaves, so does that relationship. Not just the client, but the relationship that has been developed between trainer and client. Not necessarily trainer, client, and business, or gym, studio, big box, whatever it is that you might be doing, is, are we taking the time to do the things that are hard? Are we investing in our team? Are we investing in the right steps to make sure that that teammate wants to stay with us for the long haul? So I ask you this question here, saying, hey, what are you doing to develop those relationships, those deep relationships with your team? And you know, it's easy to kind of give it lip service and say, hey, we pay them well, we pay for some education, we do all these small little things for them all. But no, it's like they want deeper than that. They want a connection. They want to send a purpose, a sense of mission when they walk into the door, because training clients in the trenches day in and day out gets hard. It becomes a grind, especially when you're looking at these goals that take weeks and months and sometimes even years to accomplish. We need some short-term wins in this short term. And the short-term win is meaning that I love showing up each and every single day because I feel a part of a team. I feel a part of the leadership here is truly valuing my experience, not necessarily because they've got me on a non-compete and they say, hey, you know what, you don't want to go down the street. But no, we've built a relationship with that person, that individual trainer, to say, hey, you know what, we're here for you. We're going to invest in you. Some of the steps that we've taken here at Avenue here is to be accessible. That's the first and foremost between my wife and I, Cassie, is we say, hey, are we here each and every single day constantly asking, saying, what can I do for you? Where can I help you? How can I help you continue moving forward in your career? We also too as well want to say, hey, you know what, we give with no strings attached. When it comes close to the holiday time, or it comes close to rewarding them in some ways, we don't necessarily sit there and say, hey, we're going to give this to you, but you got to do for us in return. No, we're going to invest in them so that they feel the value here that we feel for them, but then also too as well as they feel this is a place that they can grow and they don't have to feel obligated to pay something back along the way. Next is we're giving them opportunities to grow. We're constantly asking them, saying, hey, what's on your mind? What is one thing that's been coming back over and over and over? What do you see that you could possibly start to fill a gap that we have here at our facility that you could step into, and that you become that leader for something like that? Case in point, we had one of our guys love food, thought all about food, kept going over and over back to the food side of things, and then we had a chance to start talking about food more. We built a kitchen around that, and now he's in that chance to lead up in a way, not necessarily just training in the trenches, but now he's leading in a whole different way, all because we gave him the opportunity to step up and to take some leadership role. Next here is you say, hey, you know what, we're going to lift them to a higher level. We're not just going to say, hey, you're a trainer with us here. And we say everybody that we bring on board is we're looking at them as saying, you are a leader with us. You're a leader leading leaders. In essence of that, if it's a mom and dad, if it's a person who's a high executive at some company, or someone who's just at the front line, just like we are when it comes to training, they in essence are leading people. We lead people. When people walk in our facility, they don't necessarily come to us for sets and reps and to tell them what to do left and right. No, they're looking for us for results. And that's what we have to do with our team. Our team is coming to us, yes, to train, but they also want to be lifted to a higher level, just like what we do with our clients on a day-to-day basis. And then the last thing here is that we commit to and we believe in them. We are making that step forward. Again, my wife and I, Cassie, say, hey, we committed to each and every single person that is on our team for the long haul, not just the short term, what they can bring in immediately. Oh, if we sign up this trainer, they're bringing 50 new clients with them. No, that's short-term value. You say is, what can we do for the long term here in this one? And I think it all boils down to that belief in them. Do we believe in what they bring to the table? Do we believe that they are bringing something that's truly unique, that fits a specific kind of, I think, niche within our facility that no one else is fulfilling yet? So when you look through these 5 here, and again, these are just stuff that we've thrown out there to say, hey, this is what we like to do to help our team continue to move forward, so we don't have to worry about signing those non-competes, that we don't have to worry about being threatened to say, oh my God, if you leave, you know what, you've got that non-compete, you can't walk out of here. Because you have to think about this sometimes. If you keep a teammate on that doesn't want to be there to begin with, all because they have some non-compete, what are they doing in their conversations with their clients? What are they doing when they're outside of the gym to maybe secretly kind of sabotage that relationship that people might have within your facility? So think about that, not just in the short-term revenue of saying, oh, if I keep them on board, that money stays here, those clients stay here. But I think flip it around and say, hey, what am I doing to build those relationships with my team? And then also, what am I doing to build those relationships with their clients, with our community that's walking in the door on a day-to-day basis? If you have any questions on it, as always, email me at brent@avenuefit.com, or if you just want to share this up with your team, I would love to kind of hear some feedback of what's happening when others start to talk about this and saying, hey, what are your steps to make sure that you are building a true team, a high performance team, not necessarily because people are scared to leave, but because people want to be there and they truly feel valued by you, your leadership team, and the rest of the teammate that surrounds them on a regular basis.